Our next guest won an Emmy and a Golden Globe for her work in the very popular limited series Baby Reindeer. It is streaming on Netflix now. Please welcome Jessica Gunning. It's very good to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, what a treat.
Oh, boy, you're so good in Baby Reindeer.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
That's one of these shows that I didn't watch it when when it came out, but so many people were yelling at me to watch it. Like, you gotta watch it. And I was like, all right. And we did. And I would imagine that for you, this has got to be really, as far as your personal life goes, such a tremendous thing, because overnight you become somebody that everybody knows and maybe even fears.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, occasionally. Just screaming this thing on the street. Yeah, I mean, I've been acting over in the UK now for like 17 odd years, so I think occasionally before Baby Reindeer came out, people might notice me on the street here and there. I've been in a few things. But I've also got kind of one of those faces that looks a little bit like, you know, Jeanette from Accounts. So quite often people will come up and be like, hi, and I'm like, hey, how's the family? I'm like, good. And then so occasionally, but then after Baby Reindeer, people did start to kind of, come up. And actually, I was in the supermarket in London one day, a few weeks after Baby Reindeer came out, and this lady came up to me and said, how do I know you? And usually I'd say, it's me, Jeanette from Accounts. No. I usually go, oh, I don't know, but for some reason I went, well, I am an actor. And she's like, oh, what have you been in? And I said, I'm in this show at the moment, Baby Reindeer, you know, it's on Netflix. Have you seen it? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh. And then I said, well, have you seen a thing called The Outline? I literally started to go through the whole a movie called Pride. It was busy, people were going past. I was like, what kind of thing are you into, crime? I mean, Law and Order UK. I may as well have brought up my CV. Do you recognise this? And then eventually she said, did you go to Homeforth High School? And I was like, yes. And she said, yes, you're in my son's year. And I was so embarrassed.
Did you remember her son?
I was like, oh, yeah. So now if anyone comes and goes, how do I know you? I just say, Homeforth High School. Yeah.
Now, you've been in all these award shows. You won the Emmy and the Golden Globe, as I mentioned, which is phenomenal. Amongst all these people who are, you know, many of them household names, people you would recognize immediately, you're competing against them. They are your peers now, which must be strange as well.
So crazy, yeah.
And meeting these people, like, I know you, Kathy Bates presented you.
I mean, with my Emmy and my Golden Globe.
Emmy and the Golden
Can you
Globe.
believe that? Yeah, the most famous stalker in the world.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, you know, she's one of the reasons why I wanted to be an actor as well, so it really meant a lot for me.
Yeah, yes, you're
my
both
number one
stalkers.
fan. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. It's like she passed the...
Is she here now? No. Yeah,
she's
I know.
hiding behind her. She passed you the stalker torch in many ways.
Maybe, yeah.
At the Golden Globes, correct me if I have any of this wrong, you said something to the effect of you haven't felt like this since you got a hamster when you were a kid.
Well, yeah, what I kind of meant was, well, there's a video of when I was little and my mum and dad got me a pet hamster, and I just kept saying, I can't believe this is happening to me. And that kind of little voice, ever since Baby Reindeer's come out, really, I've had that kind of as like a little soundtrack. Just I can't believe I can't believe this is happening to me. So, you know, I feel like if I woke up tomorrow and it was the 11th of April, which is the day Baby Reindeer came out, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. It was all a dream, yeah.
And the hamster is not still with us, I guess?
Sadly not.
What was the hamster's name?
The hamster was called Fifle. Do you remember the cartoon American Tail?
Oh, yes, yeah.
And actually, at its funeral, I sang the song at the end. And I found out later that actually my mum had, like, put him in the bin, which is awful. So I had a funeral for just a box.
What are you supposed to do? I mean, really, you can't have them cremated, you know? It's not like they're going to bury Fievel at the Vatican or anything like that. And then we have a photograph that you were kind enough to bring.
There we are.
How old are you in this photograph?
So I'm probably about 10, and look at that, cat's hat. And I've got a bum bag, well, you say fanny packs, do you? Fanny pack, yeah. And a rucksack, so I was really prepared for I don't know for what.
And this is exactly what I looked like as I evacuated my home on exactly. And is Fievel in there?
Fievel might be there, yeah.
This is pre or post Fievel?
Post Fievel, yeah.
Okay, and what kind of kid were you interested in acting at this young age?
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of must have always been. I used to actually be my own imaginary friend, which is maybe a bit strange. I used to, like, go...
Hold on, I'm trying to figure
sorry,
out.
yeah.
You were your own imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Not really imaginary.
No, me, not really imaginary,
No?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to go away and put this flat cap on, not the cat scout, a flat cap, and come back out and just be Malcolm for a bit. Yeah.
To who?
To my parents, and but the way they'd know, I said to them, did I put like a character on or an accent? And all I did was I just called them by their first names, and so that's the only. And I had this cap on, and I'd play a bit, and I wasn't even adventurous or different. I was me, but Malcolm. And then I'd go away and take the cap off, and then they'd be like, "You've just missed Malcolm," and I'd be like, "Oh man, that guy," Yeah. So
And they that was cute.
They
They
thought it
liked
was
it.
cute. Yeah. So,
Did you do that at school? Was there a... No.
Well, sometimes I think especially that's how I looked. I would catch my parents kind of looking at me as I went off to school, and occasionally they'd be like, "Is everything okay at school? You're being bullied?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm fine with this." And they'd look and be like, How are you? How are you not? I'd be like, "See ya," They'd be like, "Oh."
Do you think the message was, like, if we were in school with you...
we would really bully you.
We would for sure...
Yeah.
You're nominated for a SAG Award, a Critics'
Yeah.
Choice Award coming up. You're going to need another, what do you call the fanny packs again?
Bum bags.
You're going to need another one of those to take all these awards home. That's exciting,
Yeah,
huh?
really exciting. Yeah,
Yeah.
very surreal. Yeah.
You are nominated alongside Cate Blanchett, who you worked with at one time.
Yeah. We did a play together back in 2018.
What was the play you did together?
Well, in real life, I would get to work with Cate Blanchett, if she was playing the Queen in a film, and I was, maid servant number 3 for a day, going big fan. But suddenly she was in London doing a play, and it was called When We Have Sufficiently Tortured Each Other.
When We Have
Comedy, no.
Sufficiently Tortured Each
Yeah,
Other.
it was a very strange...
We don't have titles like that here.
I know.
It's a very British thing.
British thing, yeah.
But it's always, we always like it, but we just don't do
have
it.
them. Okay, yeah. Well, it was quite surreal, and on the first day of rehearsals, the director kind of said, "Well, as you know, we've decided to set this play in an S&M game," and I was like, "Huh?" I didn't know. I thought it was quite abstract, and they were like, "So, Jess, your characters, had a threesome with Kate and Stephen Delane." I was like, "Sorry, what's this? Oh, nice, Kate, is it? Nice to see you." So it was the surrealist play I've ever been part of.
You had a threesome with them?
In our character's backstory for the play.
In the backstory. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's different. How was the play received?
It was one of those plays that, friends came to see it, and I'd say, because obviously we've layered this thing, it's an S&M game. They'd go, "Oh, right." And I was like, "That wasn't clear?" They'd be like, "No." or they'd come and go, "The set was great." Or, and you're like, "Oh, no, it's one of those." But it was amazing. Kate is just one of the best actors in the world, I think.
Well, and so are you. I mean, listen, you got the awards to prove it. The show, if you haven't seen it, is called Baby Reindeer. It is on Netflix now. Jessica Gunning, everybody. Thank you, Jessica. I'll be back with Will Francis.